Hi, I'm Oded Hareven, the CEO and co-founder of Akeyless. Join us for a fireside chat with Admiral Mike Rogers, the former NSA director, to talk about machine identities and how to solve the future challenges of tomorrow. Mike, how are you?
Oh, it's great, man.
All right.
To be with you, it's a great day.
A pleasure to be together, and thank you for joining us in this. Thanks for the opportunity.
We need scale. We need remote access. We need remote control. We need, to look at both IT and OT. The trend, interestingly to me, despite all of the challenges we're having in cybersecurity, the trend is we are doubling down on fundamentally difficult to defend model. We're increasing attack surface. We're adding more devices
And more technology.
and more remote.
Yeah.
More software, more programs. I'm struck by, we're really increasing from a defender's perspective. Complexity keeps growing. And I think it goes to something we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Look, I need vendors who help me simplify. I got enough complexity, if you will, in the nature of the network structure I'm trying to defend. I don't think that's going to change. So, hey, you've got to help me simplify how we look at this from a cybersecurity perspective. So I loved integrated solutions that gave me a one-stop shop to the problem set I was looking. So if you look at a third challenge, I just found, how do you achieve cybersecurity excellence at a greater and greater scale? What we're trying to defend is growing. It's not getting smaller, it's getting larger.
Yeah.
And so I kept trying to figure out, how do I keep growing my ability to do this at scale? Because I don't think things are going to get smaller. I don't think things are going to get less complicated. So the third area that I kind of highlight is, how increasingly do you do this at scale? And then the fourth component I would highlight, how also do you do it in a world of high rates of change?
Mm-hmm.
It's not static. So you're trying to defend a network structure, if you will.
Yeah.
In which change is a constant. It's not something that happens infrequently. Mm-hmm. It's not something that you're saying to yourself, oh, I don't have to worry about it. You constantly are changing hardware, software. And the funny thing is, one of the weaknesses we found over time clearly was, it seemed to be once we granted access based on identity, we didn't pay any further attention. That was it. So you would watch how many machines, how many individuals over time who physically didn't exist anymore, whether it was virtual and you took it offline, whether it was an employee who wasn't with you anymore, a user who wasn't with you anymore. But we would constantly grant identity access, never take it away. And you'd see the same thing with credentials, where we would grant people, in some cases, a high level of credential. They leave, they change jobs. We didn't change the level of access we had granted.
Just in 2023, we've heard of a rise of 240% in the number of digital identities in the world. While you look at the population, that was not as a result of humans, right? The ratio between machines and humans today is accepted to be around 45x machine per human. So imagine an enterprise with 10,000 employees, almost 500,000 machines. I remember back being in the IDF, we've had a data center or several of those. You could have counted the number of machines in front of you, although it would have taken you an hour, but it was an infinite number, right? So we've looked at that in obviously the past few years and those trends that are happening. Our first understanding is that we need to first focus on an object that unifies all of those use cases, and to be able to unify or to basically understand the generic part of it in order for us to provide a true platform. And that was the terminology around secret, right? What could have been named as credentials is not just about credentials. Credentials is also like certificates, which is a different term. But then actually, when you put terminology, an umbrella terminology, calling that secret, you find out that you can generalize it. You can also generalize the whole life cycle of encryption key, right? All of those different objects that I'm naming right now, credential, database credential, API key, SSH key, certificate, encryption keys, all of those all together, when you look at it, those are the secrets that authenticate identities. Either they're signing, either they're encrypting it, either whatever they are doing. But at the end of the day, they are validating an identity and approves an access to certain data. Now, when you look at that aspect on a generalized way, you are able to eventually, and that was at the beginning, eventually to unify all of those different use cases. But then was a question around how can we protect all of those different objects and calling it in a generic way. And that brought us with the DFC. The Akeyless DFC, and I'm sure that we talked about that. It started as an encryption keys management system, right? To make encryption as a service very easy way and to protect the key with an A-keyless way, right? Without any key. So that fragments of encryption keys are being created as fragments, never combined while we're running the encryption. And when you look at it, that technology allowed us to unify all of those different use cases.
While giving you enhanced security, which is
while giving exactly what we call today proactive security, a proactive security approach to protect different types of those secrets.
Let's take a minute and think about, as we think through, you've outlined in a vision that Akeyless wants to achieve, this idea of unification, about how we're going to bring protection of secrets with machine identity together in an integrated way. So what's your vision of how to achieve that unification?
Sure. So first of all, happily, we're definitely inside that vision, and the world can actually now enjoy it as is. There is some further roadmap into it, and I'll elaborate even further. But for the first time in the world, Akeyless presents a unification of several use cases around machine identity management, right? Secrets management is the base of it. Our DFC technology that provides the core around it. So it's KMS capabilities, encryption keys management, certificate lifecycle management, managing PKI, secure remote access as an answer for modern PAM, and password management. All of those all together, already within one unified platform. Today, you can go practically to our website to sign up for Akeyless.io and to have your own identity, to enter that. And you'll be able to see that within one click of a new button, you'll see all different types of secrets at the same place. You're able to view the credentials, the static one, the rotated one, to configure dynamic ones, to issue certificates, even public certificates, to automate that, to have encryption as a service, to connect the system with your KMIP encryption methodology.
You'll be unifying awareness, the ability to display it and see it, and the ability to act.
Everything is within it, and I'll tell you more with regards to observability, but right now, already the multiple types of secrets are getting answered in a vaultless manner with a keyless approach, all of that all together. On top of that, there is a notion of governance and control, all right? And how would a certain enterprise understand what is it that they have? So within our platform, we have created a module around Universal Secrets Connector that allows our customers to basically look at their existing secrets repositories, right? Different types of secret management solutions of cloud providers, of the industry, open source solutions, etc., and to look at what they have today in order to understand whether they have rotated that, whether too many privileges have been taken, maybe some secrets that are not being used. So that allows this, what we call the first level of observability, or first level of governance, to basically first understand what is it that you have. Right. In future, you'll find Akeyless providing more and more of that, either by growing it organically or by partnering with a lot of other companies that are very much into, but to make it in a unified way anywhere.
Integrated.
Exactly, in an integrated approach in which a customer can basically enjoy that, to have all of that all together. One more word about unification. So what we have investigated in the realm of machine identity management, today there are 12 different categories in order to really secure machine identities. 12 different categories that are provided by 15 different tools and 75 different vendors. In order to truly secure those machine identities, think of a security division or platform engineering security, right, section. They need to have so many POCs, so many proof of concepts, so many vendors to test in order to be able to have them with those 12 different tools that they need to have in order to completely save and protect those. So I'm very happy to see that for the majority part of those tools, our platform is already providing an answer. And with time, you'll see more and more of us evolving to basically grow that organically without stitching any other solutions, rather than providing a unified solution that has built as such ground ground to talk.
So for me, look, I just want to say thanks, both Oded for you as an individual and the broader Akeyless team, but also for all of us out there who are trying to come to grips with the challenges around identity. And I love the fact that you are looking at a solution, a vision, in which you are tying together both the protection of secrets and machine identity, that you're trying to do it in an integrative way that is going to give us scale and speed. And that's something we need more.
Yeah.
Make it life simpler, not more complicated.
Yeah.
So well done.
Very proud to do so. The team, the entire company. And again, thank you, Mike, for today.
Thanks.
All right.
Always good.
All right.